Hi, it's LeJanaro back with another video. I would like to say welcome to all of my new subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel and everyone who keeps coming back each time I post a new video. So today I'm doing a sew with me video. Someone asked me a while ago to do like a sew along type video on McCall's 7331. And it took me a while. Last 6 months I've been busy. Probably longer than that. Probably last 9 months. But anyway, I did all of the views. Let's see. So you have pants, you have a skirt, a top, and a jacket. In this first video, I'm doing the pants and the skirt. Second video, I'll do the top. And then the last video, I'll do the jacket. It's funny because when I was getting ready to do the jacket, I was reading the instructions and it wasn't making sense to me. And I tried to go on YouTube to see if anybody else had made the jacket. And I found 2 of my videos where I've made the pants and the top. So yeah, I already made the pants and the top here on the channel, but I did it again, so it's fine. But again, 3 different videos. Like I said, I'm doing the pants and the skirt in this video. The next video will be the top, and then the last video will be the jacket. This is a very beginner friendly pattern, especially the pants, the skirt, and the top. The jacket is not difficult once you make sense of the first couple of instructions where you're working with the 2 front pieces. I'll talk about that in the other video. But the pants and the skirt and the top, super easy, very beginner friendly. Yeah, you can make all 3 of those pieces in one day and it won't even take you long. I like to cut out my pattern and fabric on a different day and then sew a different day. But if you choose to do it all in one day, you can, because the pattern is that easy. So yeah, anyway, I use this scuba knit fabric that I got from Fine Fabrics. I had a different plan for this fabric, but oh well. I forgot all about that plan. I was gonna make a jogger set with a bomber jacket. Forgot all about that plan. This was enough to make this pattern, so I grabbed this. It's a scuba knit from Fine Fabrics. Made all of the pieces out of this fabric. I was supposed to make the top out of black fabric, but once I got to cutting, I didn't even think about it. But anyway, I don't want to ramble too much longer, so we'll go ahead and get started sewing up the pants and the skirt. All right, so first up, I have for this McCall 7331, I have view C and D, which are the pants and the skirt. I'm going to do those 2 together because the yoke, we use the same yoke for the pants and the skirt. So I'll start with the pants. For the pants, you're going to need piece number 8, which is the front yoke, and then piece number 9, which is the back yoke. For the pants, you need piece number 12, which is the back piece, and piece number 11, which is the front piece. Right, and then with the skirt, you'll need piece number 10 as well as the 8 and 9 front and back yoke. Right, so for piece number 10 for the skirt, you cut this twice. You cut 2 on the fold. And since I'm doing it together, I also cut the front and back yoke. It says cut one on the fold, but I cut two because I have one for the skirt, one for the pants. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do, I need to take one front piece and one back piece. But I need to mark the back because there's no pockets, and I can never remember what's the front and what's the back by the time I get finished. I know the back, my back is a lot bigger, so I should be able to tell by that, but I just can't. I don't know why. I don't know where my pin cushion is either. Don't mind me, I do silly ad libs, so bear with me. So I'm going to take one back piece and one front piece and pin them together. I'm going to do the same thing with the other front and back piece. And again, working with the legs. Mommy and I straightened out the sewing / craft room. So of course now I have no idea where anything is. Right? I'm going to stretch this out in a minute because I know you can't see the entire pant leg. Alright, so I have my two back pieces laid out. Now I'm going to take my two front pieces and just lay them on top of the two back pieces with right sides facing. Alright, here's one front piece. Laying them on top. We're laying it on top. And you have some notches here, so make sure you match up your notches. I'm going to pin all the way down this side and also all the way down this side. So I'm going to pin this side, then I'm going to bring this front part over to match the back side, matching the notches, and I'm going to then pin that side as well, right? Because when we take this to the sewing machine, we're going to sew down both sides. This is the side right here with the crotch, and then that's the back side, right? So now I just need to find my pins so I can pin. Alright, so I'm going to sew down this side with the crotch area, and I'm going to sew down that side with the back area. I'm going to do the same thing to the other front and back pant leg. Alright, this is pieces 8 and 9. I'm going to go ahead and take these to the sewing machine as well. You just open them up, place them right sides facing. Pin down both sides and sew down both sides. And again, these are the two yoke pieces, pieces 8 and 9. You match up your notches on the end and sew down each end. Alright, so now for the skirt, piece number 10. I do apologize it's being so dark, but if you've been here for a while, you know I've complained about my lighting situation for a while now. But hopefully you can still see what I have going on. So you cut two pieces on the fold for the skirt, and you open them up, place them right sides facing. And you pin down both sides. Right? You have your notches. This is the top of the skirt, this is the bottom. You have your notches on the side here. You just pin down both sides. And you saw in a previous clip, I've already pinned the pieces 8 and 9, the front and back yoke. Same pieces for the skirt that you use for the pants. So you pin and sew pieces 8 and 9, the front and back yoke pieces, the same way you sew them for the pants. Use as many or as less pins as you want. And remember, when you sew a seam, you press a seam. Right? So here's the skirt pinned together. I'm going to mark, even though I know the curve is here, I'm still going to mark that this is the top of the skirt. Put a little arrow. Let me know. This is a friction pin. It goes away with heat. Just a little arrow pointing that this is the top of the skirt, if you need to. Alright. So take this to the sewing machine and sew down both sides. And the pattern should tell you the seam allowance. Right, so the seam allowance is 5/8 of an inch. I need to do a zigzag stitch because this is knit. Alright, so I got both pant legs sewn. Remember, we sewed the front leg to the back leg on both sides. So now I'm going to take one of them and turn it so that the right side is facing out. Right? So one of them, right side is facing out. The other one, the wrong side, is still facing out. So the one that we turn so that the right side is facing out, we're going to take it, we're going to stick our hand in the hole here. We're going to take it, we're going to place it on the inside of the one that is not, that has the wrong side facing. Alright? I'm going to place this one on the inside so that right sides are facing. So I'm just tucking this pant leg into the other one. Once you get it tucked in there, it might look a little funny, but once you get it tucked in there, you're going to pin at the curve, the crotch seam. You're going to match your notches, right? And remember, you want your two legs with the right sides facing. You're going to match up your notches, and you should have several notches. Right? I like to match up this crotch seam here. Right? You should have 3 notches here for the back. Make sure you can see that. Yep. You should have 3 notches here for the back that you match up. And on this side, you'll have 2 notches that you'll match up. And then you just pin all the way around. Right. So on this side, you should have, I already pinned up my 2 notches. Right? You're going to take it to the sewing machine. You're just going to sew around that curve. Alright, so your yoke pieces, you should have 2, remember, because we're doing the skirt and the pant. Right? So you went ahead and sewed up both of them. But working with one of them, you're going to fold it in half with the wrong side spacing. Right? And give it a good press once you do that. Right? I already pressed mine, so I have that press seam there all the way around. What you want to do now, I've seemed to have misplaced mine. Grab your elastic. Go ahead and grab your elastic, measure it out. Then you're going to join the 2 end pieces of your elastic, and you're going to sew with a zigzag stitch, right? Because you want your elastic to be in a circle as well. Alright. Now I don't usually follow the directions with my waistband, but I'm trying to do that now. So I got my waistband, I got it fitted and everything. I did a zigzag stitch here. I may do one here also. But what you want to do is open this up, your yoke, and you should have that crease where you press the yoke. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my elastic and place it around my yoke. And what you're going to do is, where that crease is, that's where the top of your elastic should be, because you're going to take this to the sewing machine. Now don't sew it like this. Make sure you open it up and sew, you know, you understand what I'm trying to say. You still want to be able to open and fold your yoke. But anyway, you put this back down. So here's my yoke. My elastic is around my yoke. And at the bottom of this crease here where you pressed your crease. Now in the instructions it tells you to measure and all that kind of stuff. I'm trying to, you know, just basically show you the easy way. And you're going to have to stretch your elastic while you're doing this. But that crease that you have right here, this is where you want to pin and sew your elastic all the way around, right? Again, not like this. Don't go to the sewing machine and start here and sew down. You're going in a circle, right? And I'll try to show you as best as I can on the sewing machine while I'm doing it. You're going to, again, match up your elastic here, You may have to stretch a little bit. And you're going to do a zigzag stitch just across the top of the elastic to sew it in place on your yoke. Right? So I'm going to take these two things, my pant legs and my yoke and my elastic, and sew those two things. And do the same thing with your skirt one as well, your skirt yoke. Alright, so this is my elastic that I haven't done yet. So I'm just gonna overlap them, and I'm gonna sew a zigzag stitch. Change my, okay, here we go. So you do this step first. Do this side too, just so it'll lay flat. I know it's a better way to do the elastic. I seen a reel on Instagram, but something for another day. Right, then you take it and you pin it to the yoke like I showed you at the table. And here's my yoke here. I'm going to slide, I took my little plate thing off of my sewing machine. It's like, what am I trying to say? Right? Get in here. Right, so like I said, you may have to pull a little bit to make your elastic fit. And please don't be like me, pin. Please pin this together so it'll stay lined up. And your elastic won't move. I'm just really winging it. And hoping my elastic stays in place. But it will be better. Oh, I don't know what that was. I don't know if y'all heard it. But I'm gonna sew the zigzag stitch. Like I said, it's best to pin. Do not. Okay, I don't know if that's a gunshot. I don't know what that is. Y'all pray for me. it's a fire. I hope it's firecracker. That's what I hope it is. I don't live in a bad neighborhood. I'm not gonna be nosy and go look and see what it is. Y'all know what would be the worst right now? Is if I run out of bobbin thread. But I think y'all got the gist of it. I'm going to keep sewing because my battery is dying on my camera. So I'm going to keep sewing this around. I think y'all got the gist of it. I'll show you the outcome. Okay, so all you're going to do now with your pants is just pull them out. Just pull one pant leg out. And then just turn them around to the right. Turn them both around so that your pants is facing to the right side. The verdict is that it's firecrackers. It's not gunshots. It is firecrackers. Alright, so we got our pants turned to the right side. We got our elastic sewn all the way around our yoke. So I'm just going to fold this back down with the wrong sides facing. And what you're going to do is you're going to slide your yoke onto your pants. And you should have notches on your pants, front and back, and your yoke front and back. So we're going to match those up. Yep. Because we have the two sewn ends here. You can put those on the two side seams. And you got two yokes on the front of the yoke and two yokes on the back of the yoke. Same thing with your pants. And you're just going to slide it on. Match up your notches. And pin. And of course I left my pins on the other side of the room. Right. But you're going to pin and sew all the way around. Just make sure you match up your notches. Right, now for your skirt. Now after you put your yoke on your pants, all you have to do is hem your pants. And you'll be done. Now for the skirt, remember we sewed the skirt down both sides. Right? Just turn your skirt to the right side. And you're going to do the exact same thing you just did with those pants. Right? You have the same notches on your skirt that you had on your pants. Two on the front, two on the back. Do the same thing. Gonna slide that skirt through your yoke. Match up your notches just like you did with the pants. Pin and sew around. And those arrows I drew on here are helping me out, so I know the top from the bottom of the skirt. But the notches are there, so that also helps you know the top from the bottom. But once you pin that yoke all the way around and sew it, same way you do the pants, you hem your skirt and you'll be done with the skirt. Alright, the skirt is all done. Added the waistband, hemmed the bottom. So now this is the skirt. I just did a small little hem on it. My sewing is so crooked down here, but it's fine. It's for me. But here's the skirt. And then turn the pants to the right side because I hem the pants as well. Right, and here are the pants. Right, same thing, added the waistband to the pants, hemmed the bottom of the pants. The pants are all done. I will take pictures. I still need to sew up the top and the cardigan, so you'll get videos on those. And I'll make sure I put pictures at the end of this video. Alright, so that is it for views. If I can find the pattern again. View for McCall's 7331, views C and D. Looking for the pattern envelope. It is around here somewhere. I cannot find it. But I showed it at the beginning of the video, I think. If not, I'll pop a picture on the screen. Right? And next video will more than likely be view B, which is the top. Should be a quick and easy sew, just like the pants and the skirt. Right? So I'll see you in the next video.